Starmer suspended. Starmer storms out of Parliament as Speaker brings up Rayner as breach of Labour Code. In a shocking revelation, the Labour government has extended asylum hotel contracts by 4 years, despite promising to smash the gangs and shut down asylum hotels in their election manifesto. This move has sparked outrage among critics, who accuse Labour of backtracking on their commitments and failing to control illegal migration into the UK. The issue came to light during a debate in the House of Lords, when Conservative MP Henry Byron Davies questioned the government about its approach to illegal migration and the state of asylum hotels. Labour's response, however, has left many frustrated, as they not only failed to provide a clear answer, but also attempted to shift the blame onto the previous Conservative government. Labour's election manifesto explicitly stated its commitment to closing asylum hotels, which have been a contentious issue due to their significant cost to taxpayers and the strain they put on local communities. Many believed this promise would lead to swift action in reducing the number of hotels being used for asylum seekers. However, contrary to their pledge, Labour has now decided to extend hotel contracts for another 4 years. This decision suggests that they do not have an immediate or effective alternative for housing asylum seekers. Critics argue that this extension highlights Labour's failure to tackle illegal migration and manage the asylum system efficiently. House of Lords debate. Labour's response raises eyebrows. During the House of Lords debate, Conservative MP Henry Byron Davies pressed the government for answers on its progress in closing asylum hotels. He also questioned how the government planned to ensure that those granted indefinite leave to remain would contribute to the economy instead of relying on state support. Labour's response, delivered by a government minister, seemed to dodge accountability. Instead of outlining a concrete plan, the minister claimed that some hotels had been closed, but did not provide specific figures, beyond stating that the closures were in the low teens. The government has closed a certain number of asylum hotels. It's in the low teens at the moment, but they're closing hotels, and the government has a commitment to close hotels because hotels are a waste of taxpayers' resources, the minister stated. However, in an apparent attempt to deflect blame, the minister then pointed fingers at the previous Conservative government, stating, "There are better ways to manage the inheritance that we inherited from the previous government. We have, since July, removed 19,000 people with no legal right to remain in the United Kingdom, of which 5,100 were forced returns. Since July, we have also tackled over 5,400 illegal working cases and improved the removal of foreign national offenders." The legacy of asylum hotels is the Conservative government's legacy, and we will meet our manifesto commitment during this Parliament. Criticism and public reaction. Labour's attempt to shift responsibility has not gone unnoticed. Many critics argue that, after being in power for a significant period, Labour can no longer blame the previous government for its own policy failures. Political analysts have pointed out that Labour's decision to extend asylum hotel contracts by 4 years directly contradicts their manifesto promise. Some have called it a clear betrayal of voters who expected immediate action on illegal migration and asylum accommodation. Social media has been abuzz with reactions, with many calling out Labour for what they see as a blatant lie in Parliament. A growing number of people believe that Labour has no real plan to resolve the asylum crisis and is simply prolonging the problem while wasting taxpayer money. The hypocrisy debate. Is Labour the most hypocritical government? The latest controversy has reignited debates about Labour's credibility and whether it is the most hypocritical government in UK history. Critics argue that the party has made grand promises but has failed to deliver on key issues, including migration control and asylum reform. In conclusion, the suspension of Starmer and the revelations about Labour's decision to extend asylum hotel contracts by 4 years have intensified public criticism and raised serious questions about the party's credibility. Despite campaign promises to shut down asylum hotels and combat illegal migration, Labour's actions appear to contradict their manifesto, leaving many to accuse them of hypocrisy and betrayal. The government's attempts to shift blame onto the previous Conservative administration have further fueled outrage, with critics arguing that Labour must take responsibility for its own policy failures. As public discontent grows, Labour faces increasing pressure to deliver on its promises and restore trust in its leadership.